on the radio, sometimes there's like a long pause and it goes up and down, it's kind of all over the place. Your turbo kick music is going to be consistent, so it's going to be broken up into 32 counts. And why that's so important, so that's kind of the way we direct our class, how we give them direction, right? We use the 8 count to say, hey, this is what we're doing, hey, here's what's coming up next, and here we go, go. So, right, so it gives them where we're headed, what we're gonna do, and when to do it. So, 8 counts, can you all count to 8? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got like the hardest part down, that's it. Okay, so, 8 counts, or beats, right? 8 counts or beats is equal to 1 measure. 4.
Oh, can we write it, Shannon? Can we write it in your mirrors? Yeah. It's dry erase, obviously. Yeah.
Permanent marker. No one can read the 8 count. Okay. So 8 counts. We'll say 8 beats. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Equals 1 measure. Yes. Yes. Not yes. Okay. 4, 8 counts, okay?
Or 4 measures.
4, yes, 4 measures, thank you. Measures is 1 phrase.
Like
Shake this up.
Yeah. I just thought you were having a seizure.
I was like, were you okay over there?
Shake it out.
1 phrase. Okay, you follow me? Yes. If those of you who are like, I know the 8 count, like the back of my hand, just repeat it. Okay? You're awesome. 1 phrase, right, equals 32 counts or beats. I say counts. Got it? Okay. If you have a pen or paper, I want you to draw a circle. If you
Square.
a square. A circle. Oh my gosh. A square. Loved it. Okay. Here's my kind of attempt at a square. Maybe a rectangle.
Always turns into a rectangle.
Okay. So the music, all of your music, the 32 count, it's like a square. Okay. It's continuous. It keeps going the entire time. So I want you to think. This part of the square is 8 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we go down our square. Another 8 counts. We go over. And we drop things. Another 8 counts. Okay? Then we go up. Another 8 counts. Then, oh my gosh, we're at where we started. Does that make sense? So, let's count with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Does that make sense? Okay. So now I'm going to turn on the music, and I want you guys to just listen. Just find the beat. Okay, like this is your new favorite. You're not even going to listen to the radio anymore because you just got your turbo kick music. Okay. So you're in your car, and I want you to just find the beat. Okay, you can tap your pen, tap your foot, nod your head, do whatever you want to do. Okay. Okay, now let's just count. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We good? We can count 8 by the beat. Yes. All right. So from there, so we've got the 8 count down. We've got the beat. Now, how do we know when to move on to that next move? Right? So once we get through we've gone through here, how do we know when we're here? Has anyone heard of the downbeat? So we go here in the music. What's that? Yes, the downbeat. So, the music, it builds, drops, then you're at the top, right? So it's 1, 2, you're at the last part of your 8 count, right? 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, boom, top of the phrase. 1, 7, 8, I can't count. That's my problem. I can't even count. So, can we try that? And now I want you to just raise your hand when you find the top of the phrase. So the downbeat. Does that make sense? Seriously ask questions. Or if you have tips, those of you who are like, I'm an 8 count pro, help with anyone out. Okay, ready?
Have you ever noticed that in like just listening to music? That some of you who have done other trainings with me, you're like, yeah, I already know this. But have you ever noticed that like there's this natural rise in the music and then you hear all of a sudden this little change? That's what she's talking about. That's that downbeat.
Yeah. Okay, ready? So another thing, I want you to just raise your hand when you hear the downbeat, okay? Does that make sense? Okay, now we're going to do that again, but I want everyone to close their eyes and raise your, I want to see this. Raise your hand when you hear the one. Or raise your hand when you hit the top of the phrase. Make sense? Okay, ready? Let's go. Amanda. So Amanda made a really good point. There's downbeats for each one. Sorry, I was telling you raise your hand on the top of the very top of the 32 count, right? So you've got to get through 4 of those 8 counts before you switch move. But there's a downbeat on each one. But you really feel
you're hitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4,
yes.
6, 7, 8. But what we're saying is, eventually, when you start teaching turbo kick, you're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3. You're going to have to count it through. Totally natural. But eventually, you won't have to count it all. You're just going to hear it. You're going to hear when the change is coming, and people in your class hear it as well. Even today, when it was coming, you're like, what's coming next? And I'm like, keep going. And you're like, oh, okay, I'll keep going. So you naturally hear it. You feel that build. That downbeat just lets you know that there's a change. It's time for a change. Okay. So eventually, you won't have to count at all. You'll just be doing your thing, and you're going to hear the rise in that music. And you're like, okay, it's time for me to start cueing the next move. And that downbeat is when you start your next set of moves. So that downbeat's just the one of the whole 32 count. Just the one. Nothing else but the one of 32.
Can I just add, because you might be mentioning it later, but for those who have never taught a group fitness class before, the reason the 32 count is so important is because that's when you're switching to the next move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the top of the next move. Yeah.
What's so important about 32 count?
Yeah. So you might have to, so how she said, right, you're doing uppercuts. You might do that for a full 32 count. Typically, like if you watch the DVD, they'll do uppercuts for a full 32 count. Then they'll do the next move, a full 32 count.
Yeah,
yeah. So you yeah. Any questions?
Do you guys hear that